yet another reason why I have never been married is because, like, now Kim Kardashian is single. She been single, son. Kanye been single. She been single.
Don't tell me you're talking about Kanye's
around.
relationship as a reason why you never got married. What does that have to do with anything?
No. I was just pointing out, like, the court or a judge coming along signing a paper, and now you get to be single. Like, I need permission. Like, Kim needs permission to be single.
That's good.
The paperwork and the legal aspect.
You know how mad that would drive me if I was married to someone and I was like, yo, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. It's over. And they're like, well, you're not single according to the court. I would go insane. Ladies and gentlemen, you have locked into Rap Life Review. I'm your host, Ebro. Join me, Low Key, and Nadeska as we get into the Rap Life playlist, the hottest records out right now, the new albums, the business, and the culture of hip-hop. No topic is off limits. It's Rap Life Review. And I'm seeing a picture of myself here on the prep. Can somebody explain why my dapper wedding photo when I attended a wedding in Jamaica is at the #1 item of this week's conversation?
Well, I would like to jump into that first and foremost. Ebro is not the very big Instagram bad type, and I think
he's more of the woke Instagram type.
Yeah,
so we're a little shocked and startled this weekend.
The woke, the posting the news stories, his clips on Hot 97 and Apple Music, and we were just taken aback.
Appalled.
Yes, taken aback when we when I pulled up my Instagram feed last night or earlier this weekend, and I saw him in pink pants, some nice.
That's salmon.
Salmon. Sorry.
Nah. I don't know if that was salmon. I actually zoomed in to make sure because salmon school is pretty popular. That looked pink to me, like a full-on pink.
Well, when I bought it from Ralph,
they told you it was salmon.
They told me it was salmon.
Is that the name drop? All right, cool. So the Sam,
you know what I mean? And that Ralph Lauren purple label shirt you see
purple
right
label,
there too. You know what I'm saying?
Purple label, yeah. The cuffs were a little tight, little crisp, and I like it. And then we saw the Rolex, which we've never seen.
Oh, you peeped the gold face Prezi, 41 millimeter.
I observe everything when I look at it. So that and then he was on a boat, and then he was looking away. And he had the sunglasses on, no hat, shirt was unbuttoned. So we were just trying to.
Oh, you talking about the Gucci shades I had on.
Okay, another name drop. Gotcha.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so you sound like the traditional rapper right now, and we were just trying to get a scope of how you were feeling on that boat in Jamaica as if you were a rapper wearing rapper things.
Well, I look nothing like a rapper. If you would like
on
to
vacation,
on
vacation, a rapper
just
on vacation.
Because
a friend of mine's
he didn't
wedding.
have on the bust down rollie, he's trying to act like it's super elevated. Okay.
Okay.
A gentleman of my age, you would want, and for men out there, you should know this. You should definitely have a watch. You don't need multiple watches. You just need a watch. Yeah. Of some sort of, it's a great investment. You won't lose money if you make the right purchase. Right. And you should also have some button-up shirts and some nice pants to wear. You should also be able, maybe some nice sunglasses if you go out to an event during the day to complement the whole ensemble. Gotcha. So me, putting the amount of time I have into the game, I'm just a grown-up. You know what I'm saying? And so I have these, how do I say this? These items, let's just go with that, in my wardrobe. Right.
How did you feel about all the heart eye emojis in the comment section?
Yeah.
I feel like you don't usually get those a lot because of the content that you usually post. So how did you feel? Because I know you look through the comments, be honest.
That was the different twist. That was a different twist.
Hang on. I'm going to look. When did I post? I posted this on Saturday.
I think it's like Saturday afternoons when we saw it.
I'm in the comments right now. I mean, I'm litty.
You are.
I'm hot out here. They really rocking with the old man.
They rock with you, bro. They rock with you, man.
Fire and heart eyes. Listen, this got me wanting to come back to work. I thought it was a wrap for me. This is the biggest thing since Remy Ma accused me of having sex with Nicki Minaj. And I was like, yo,
I remember that.
I'm hot out here.
I actually remember that.
People think that's possible?
And this is a close second to that. Okay.
I mean, I don't really get a lot of love. I don't know if you looked around. I don't get a lot of love. So the fact that I got hard eyes and fire and all that in the comments, I mean, listen, the old man's back at
you
work.
Get some love out there. Don't shortchange yourself, brother. You get some.
Hey man,
love.
I appreciate you, Lo. It's love. It's love.
Always.
And I just want to let you know, when you post a hot, sexy photo, I won't be showing you this much love and attention. So don't wait for it, okay? Yo, and things that actually are dealing with rap life, how does the game? He's on Drink Champs with Nori. Mm-hmm. I saw the clip of him saying that, he said, quote, "I used to think Eminem was better than me.
Okay.
I don't think that anymore." Basically saying the game believes, and I get why he believes, because I'm glad that he has that self-belief, that he believes he's a better rapper than Eminem. How does he come to this conclusion, Lo, other than just believing in oneself?
I mean, all right, so I have a couple theories about this whole Game situation, rollout, Drink Champs, Kanye relation, whatever the case is. You know, Game has always been a confident rapper. Game has always held himself to a standard of like the top tier guys, and we've never had a problem with that. We never doubled down on like why we think he's not good or why we don't think he shouldn't be mentioned with the greats or whatever the case is. His body of work is pretty immaculate if you're a rapper's rapper, a fan of the rap, but over the past couple weeks, him being with Kanye, him saying these certain things, him having these evolutions of thoughts and thinking he's this and that, it kind of just puts me in a weird space, because I remember he made a statement. Kanye has done more for him in the last 2 weeks than Dr. Dre in his entire career. So when you look back at that kind of comment and you look back at what the documentary did for his career, and you look at the first 4 singles from the documentary, which Dr. Dre produced, you look back at him being signed to Aftermath, Dr. Dre introducing him to 50 Cent, Dr. Dre introducing him to all these producers around that album. I'm trying to like really grasp what Kanye has done for him in a 2-week span. Is it financial? Is it mental? Is it just reorganizing his career? So then the Eminem comment comes in. We knew the Game was a great rapper, but why wasn't this a comment that you made way down the line? Why is this coming now?
So you think this is, what I hear you saying is you kind of think the Game's full of and this is all part of a rollout.
I mean, just to, if we're going to keep it, barbershop talk, full of I don't understand where this is coming from. The Game and Eminem aren't even they're not even comparable. If you ask me, they're not synonymous in how they make their music. So I don't even know why you would put yourself in that category. And if we're going to be really honest, no, you're not better than Eminem. You don't hold a candle to Eminem. You wouldn't last on a versus stage with Eminem. So whatever thing you're trying to accomplish, it failed. It failed flat on its face.
Well, no, it didn't. I disagree, because we're talking about it.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, for promo.
But even Nori couldn't really keep a straight face when he made that comment. Generally, the host can at least be neutral. I feel like Nori's reaction in that moment, him saying that he was better than Eminem, said everything.
Like,
he was like,
where does that,
that good tequila, that's what's going on here.
Where
but it's
does
just
that,
the Dre thing that's I think is a little bit stranger. That I understand him making this Eminem comment just in terms of a rollout. Like, who cares? I don't think Eminem is watching this footage and he's bothered at all. But it just seems really disrespectful to Dre to make this comment about Kanye doing more for him in 2 weeks. Is that really worth it to promote a project? Doesn't seem like it.
And we're also, and I don't need to cut you off, Ebro. We're also like, I'm putting things together in regards to this whole Super Bowl issue, right? He made the comment about Dr. Dre. He said that "What Up Gangsta." He wrote "What Up Gangsta" for 50 Cent. Him and Wax said that on Clubhouse. Now he's saying he's better than Eminem. What do all those things have in common? Tied right back.
And he also said that he wasn't the, quote, this is him saying he wasn't the safe choice to be a Super Bowl performer.
This is all tying back to Dr. Dre and that Super Bowl situation. This is him telling us that he's still mad without him telling us that he's mad.
Now, I will say this, and I guess the best lens to put this through is kind of like family versus friends, right? When you raise someone, when someone's your little brother or someone is you've known them since their beginning, they take for granted all of the things that you did for them to get them from point A to the next point in their life. Right. And then once they're kind of out on their own, they start to associate their newer relationships with the things that really helped catapult them to, their dreams, if you will. And, the game is coming off. I don't know how long the hiatus has been, but didn't he say he was retiring a few albums ago, or he was in a bad space, like he was just not interested in rapping anymore?
I think there were mumblings about that.
And maybe he would have said it. So I'm taking that and assuming that maybe he was not in such a good place musically. Maybe he wasn't into it anymore, and Kanye has inspired him to want to make music, brought the fun back for him in some way, gave him purpose again. And so could this be just all promo and a rollout, and the game definitely knows how to troll and get people talking about him? Like, he's been around long enough and in enough dust-ups, rap dust-ups and beefs and controversies in social media to know how to get people talking again. But is there also a possibility that, as you pointed out, the Super Bowl, him not feeling inspired more recently, that this Super Bowl incident and this Kanye West incident or this Kanye West alignment has kind of, put in the forefront of his mind that, this now is the greatest thing, some of the greatest things that's ever happened to him. Because he might be taking the past for granted. It's possible. It could also just be a rollout. Speaking of Kanye West, the divorce is official. Yet another reason why I have never been married is because, now Kim Kardashian is single. She been single, son. Kanye been single. She been single.
Don't tell me you're
They've
talking
been
about
moving
Kanye's
around.
relationship as a reason why you never got married. What does that have to do with anything?
No.
Ebro?
I was just pointing out, like, the court or a judge coming along, signing a paper, and now you get to be single. Like, I need permission. Like, Kim needs permission to be single.
That's good.
The paperwork and the legal aspect.
You know how mad that would drive me if I was married to someone and I was like, yo, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. It's over. And they're like, well, you're not single according to the court. I would go insane, son.
Well, I mean, we're talking about legalities. We're not talking about physical and actual domestic relationship. We're talking about the legal aspect. You've seen them dating so many people. She's dating Pete Davidson. He's dating a carbon copy of Kim Kardashian. Clearly.
Hey. He had two other joints before
Julia Fox. That's her name.
Kanye been out here moving around.
Julia Fox, whatever her.
And then there was another model before that too.
That looked like Kim Kardashian as well.
Before Kim started dating anybody, Kanye was for sure making sure that he was single out here.
Oh yeah, we know, but that's what men do. So I mean, we can talk.
Kim kept it low. So now for Kanye to even come back around and act like he wants the relationship to be back together, yo, you done ran through 3 public joints.
That's what men do, and I'm sorry for my species, but yeah, that's what we do. We go out.
That's cool. At least you're honest about it.
We act out, then we cry wolf, and then we act out again, and now that's literally what Kanye has done.
Accountability is a problem with you guys.
I'm sorry. I'm holding myself accountable. I've done it. So I see what Kanye's doing. It's not healthy. It's not right.
You know the slogan: black boys act like that. Black men don't cheat. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, okay. Well, I guess Kanye's a black boy.
Y'all see his antics.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I know.
Did you watch the final episode of Genius? I mean, they quoted you quite a few times. Your thoughts on Kanye West that you shared in this, Ebro. Did you see it?
I did not see it.
Yeah, I heard you in there a couple times.
But it was towards the end when all the Trump things were happening. He was running for president. They used a few of your soundbite. I think Rosenberg as well. You guys commenting on basically what is going on with him right now. But the third episode, I will say, after the first 2 was so great as an OG fan to just relive those moments. The third one was just really sad, watching him sort of,
unravel.
Spiral out, and him talking about having to take the medicine to treat bipolar disorder, and him gaining weight and sometimes feeling suicidal and stuff like that. You realize as all that stuff was going on that a lot of us were critical of because we felt that it was, reckless and a bit dangerous considering the position that he was in. He's just really going through a hard time, and it's it makes it hard to want to talk more about even this new video with the Pete Davidson thing. It's just that he's just not in a good mental space. So is it constructive to even continue having these conversations about it?
we brought up the game earlier, and we probably should have made the transition at that time to talking about this Snoop Dogg assertion that Jay-Z said he would quit his partnership with the NFL if they didn't allow Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick, 50 Cent, Mary J, and Snoop to perform. Snoop says Hov came to the dressing room right after they performed, and Snoop says that Hov said, F that. They perform or I quit to the NFL. Which I find to be possible and plausible based on, A, the concern around the lyrics and the songs of the performers, B, some of the outside of music antics of some of the performers. Even more recently, Snoop going when Donald Trump was in office and Snoop going at Trump. Eminem, obviously, being an individual who has a history of saying things that have pissed people off. 50 Cent being who he is. I definitely see it as a moment where there could have been a standoff, and what Snoop's saying is absolutely true. And by the way, I hope it's actually true. I hope Hov was forced to really put it on the line for this moment because it was an important moment.
I don't think Snoop is the type to fabricate or lie or stretch the truth on any of these kind of issues, especially how important this was to the culture and how important this was for America to see, especially in LA and Los Angeles. So I do feel like Jay would have done that. I do feel like Jay would have said that. And I do feel like because of what these four rappers and, Mary J. Blige have contributed to the culture, I feel like it was that important to him to make sure that they got that look and that not just we got that look. You feel what I'm saying? So I do feel like, even if they said no, him walking away from the NFL would be no detriment to his career or his pockets.
But it would have been a detriment, and the desk, I don't know if you want to speak on this. We've been watching Jay-Z navigate this NFL relationship through a lot of criticism. And I think most of us understand that the reason he's headed and really made this moment isn't specifically about his business other than him wanting to be an owner of an NFL team. Like, I think that's the end game in all of this, right?
You still think that's the only point? I remember that was a lot of the criticism at first. People thought like there was really no merit in it. I don't think I necessarily believe that, but maybe I'm just being naive. Because if that was the end game, why would he be willing to walk away at this point now? After all, people tried to... I was like astounded that after everything that Jay-Z has given to us culturally, I thought maybe there was one person who was not necessarily untouchable, but we would still give the benefit of a doubt, even in a sticky situation like this. But apparently no one is safe. So it would be crazy right now for him to give that all up if that was the end game. Why turn away now when so many people who rock with you for decades were willing to turn their back on you? So I still don't believe that was the only reason. But again, you're the most skeptical, Ebro, so you...
Well, no, I publicly gave Hov the benefit of the doubt when it came public that he was doing this relationship. I said, Jay-Z has earned the right for us to see how this goes.
People forget about that in the heat of the moment, especially on social media where it's so easy for everyone to just band together and talk and not really, really think about this. So I just wanted to say, I still support him. I'm invested. I'm curious to see where this ends up in the long term, because I would still give him the benefit of the doubt any day.
There's a long game. Like we keep saying, there's a long game, and we just have to wait to see how it plays out, pretty much.
Listen, how many long games have we seen Hov in? Mm-hmm. Remember when he went back to work at Def Jam just so he could unravel all of his publishing? Remember when he started remember when all of a sudden we're talking about this champagne company and people were like, Hov got champagne? Then come to find out he owns the whole damn vineyard and the whole thing, and then flipped it and sold it to Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy.
He's shown us time and time again, but, people still like to doubt. People still like to talk, but that's fine.
I tried to give you $100 million worth of game for $9.99. Nobody want to listen.
I think every move he's made has been kind of in our favor. I think this is one of the moves that is not in our favor because of these particular times that we're in, and it kind of just makes us skeptical. But like you just said, you laid out the blueprint of what he's done in the past. But those things have been in our favor. Those things that we champion, those are the things that we like to see. This is something that's very uncomfortable for us to look at, digest, and really trying to dissect what the move is. So I think the end game is in play, but we don't know the actual end game. So we gotta wait. We gotta wait to see.
Not closed
yeah, we gotta wait to see what it is. So but his track record proves well.
The fact that we're looking around at all these 35, 40 plus rappers having amazing careers, who you think did that?
LL.
Hove.
I mean,
LL was doing TV.
I mean, but that was it was a gear shifted into the right direction of diversifying your portfolio as you get older. You look at LL, Ice Cube, Ice-T,
Will Smith, Ice Cube.
You look at all those guys, and Hove maybe not been the TV guy, but he then looked at it like, oh, there's something else. He even said it in one of his rhymes. He was like, around with rap if you want, and he was referring to Rockaware, 80 mil in 18 months. That right there tells you that there was a different end game aside from having a Grammy, a classic album, platinum albums. He was telling us early on that there was an end game. He just watched his predecessors do it in a way they wanted to do it, and now he's doing it in ways that it's like champagne, clothing, working with Tiffany, sports agencies, streaming service. It's like this man has really touched every aspect of the culture that we're invested in. So how can you not think that he's not going to do something great with this whole NFL situation? And if it doesn't work, his track record also proves that this man can make a buck.
Listen, go get that King Von posthumous album. Some amazing records on there. Before King Von passed, he was making amazing records, and the way they put this project together, y'all should definitely go check it out. One of the most amazing things for me in listening to King Von before he even passed and listening to this posthumous album is his ability to understand who he was, what his problems were. He may have not reached the point of addressing them and fixing them and being sophisticated about it, but he recognized, and it's very interesting to hear, and I don't think people always put that lens on when they're listening to a lot of these young dudes rapping and coming from the places that they come from, understanding that they are inheriting some toxic lifestyles from the world they come from and the ways they needed to go about surviving, trying to put that into music. But the way he articulates it is very interesting, man. It's a good listen to a young dude who was never got to live out his full potential because of the streets. And so that King Von project is definitely something to listen to. Same thing with NBA YoungBoy. When I listen to him, you know what I mean, and he's still here with us, but there's a lot of drama going on in the streets with a lot of these dudes. Continuing the cycle of toxic behavior, negativity, and violence that many of the neighborhoods that they come from, and it's sad to see them continue to cycle, but it's also interesting to hear them articulate that they know that they're in the cycle. They just don't know how to stop it.
I think we were talking about this off camera, but I think sometimes, this, I guess I got to relate it back to social media, because these conversations that we're having don't happen on social media. These conversations don't happen when there's a beef going on and people are going back and forth, or, people are tweeting at each other, this, that, and the third. I think it's the fans that kind of just don't let them feel that they should be comfortable articulating these things. It's always about, I'm getting my ops.
Because the fans are toxic too.
No, yeah, I understand that. But it's,
you know what I'm saying?
Like the fans.
They're toxic too. And the fans look at it like wrestling. It's all wrestling to them.
Yeah, until somebody dies.
And then everybody want to act all sad and all this, all gone too soon, when we're going to stop the violence. But everybody does all these toxic things because they're not equipped with the wherewithal, the sophistication and the knowledge to stop the toxic behavior that we continue to put forward, whether it's through social media or even to just have conversations.
I mean, a lot of the fans, too, are these kids from the suburbs who have nothing to do with this lifestyle. And so it's like not even a knowledge thing. It's just, to them, it's like you said, it's like pure entertainment. It's like sports. They're watching this and they have no idea what it would be like to grow up in the hood. I'm sure a lot of them have never stepped foot in the hood. They have no idea. To them, this is all just something that's made up that they're watching, and they're the ones who instigate a lot of it. I've spoken to artists who have shared that. Like when you go on tour and they interact with these fans, like these are a lot of the people. It's the craziest thing ever.
And I've always said this when it comes to this particular situation about rappers and, you know, them dying early or them getting involved in street and people just on the outside looking at it. It's literally like going to the zoo. Like you're in a vicinity where you can get close to the action, but you're not in the action. So if you put these kids behind these cages, in these projects, in these streets, how the gonna act? So yeah, they're not. So yeah, let them watch. This is all, and let them cheer it on. Like, yeah, yo, he said this about you. Yeah, yo, drop a rap. That's all this is. And then, like you said,
well, it also, but so now the other side of it too is it pays well.
Yeah, it does. But
it pays
so
well.
What costs?
And you have people who are coming from. Next to nothing, and they want to get to it fast. And the reason they want to get to it fast is because in their minds, it's the only way for them to A, stay alive, move out of the neighborhoods, and pull their family out with them. It's the same people. Some people go after football. Same reason some people go after basketball. People go after rap. They're going for the fast track to get their family from where they are, which is next to nothing, into something. Listen, that's the Rap Life Review. Go check that out from King Von. Go check that DaBaby NBA YoungBoy. Make sure you subscribe to this here Rap Life Review that is here every week for y'all. Also, add the Rap Life playlist every time we add to it. You get the updates automatically in your phone. It's made possible by Apple Music from Nadeska and Low. I'm Ebro. That's the Rap Life Review. See y'all next week.